Yo, what's going on, man? It's your brother St. Jones, man. I wanted to kind of touch on this whole John Morant situation. For those who don't know, which I'm sure everyone knows, this guy's a fantastically talented young NBA player. I think he's 23, 24, somewhere around that age. And he was a couple months ago, he was in a club somewhere in Colorado waving a gun, and he got caught he actually chose to go live on Instagram and and saw him with that pistol in the club, and it kind of sent shockwaves throughout the sports world or whatever. He got suspended some games. You know what I'm saying? He said he went to counseling. He made a lot of statements. He said he learned, did an interview with Jalen Rose talking about it, and we thought, okay, Gerald, maybe John Morant has turned the page. Maybe he's moving forward with this stuff. But then it happened again recently. Um, we thought it was behind them. They went in the playoffs. They got eliminated by the Lakers in the first round. We thought, okay, John must have learned his lesson, whether it was sincere or not. What he did, as far as what he said, as far as the apology, it's neither here nor there for a lot of people. As long as you stop doing the silly stuff, and I think a lot of times we don't really deeply try to understand people, and you know, we cast judgment because it looks foolish, man. It's hard to fathom somebody doing it again. So his homeboy goes live on IG. He shows he pulls a gun out again, and the homeboy tried to hide it, but we're in the era of the screen recording. It got caught. They posted it. Now Nike has removed his shoe from the shelf, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna dive into this video real quick, and y'all tell me what y'all get from this, and I'm gonna explain what I think. All right.
Nike has removed John Morant's signature sneaker from its website following Ja's suspension from the Grizzlies May 14th after he appeared to have flashed a gun again on Instagram Live. This morning, Ja posted a series of since-deleted Instagram pictures saying he loves his mom, dad, and daughter. He ended it with a picture of himself with the caption that just said, "Bye."
So you see what he posted. He posts, bye. You know what I'm saying? Like these cryptic messages, right? They said he since has removed it. But you know, a lot of times, sometimes people are suicidal when they do this. Sometimes they're not. They're just, it's really a cry out for help, but it's the type of cry that it's like nobody can explain, because a lot of people in America, let's just be honest here, people in America feel like if you got money, what are you complaining about? A lot of people think that way. You've been blessed with all this money. You know what I'm saying? Everything should be good. What are you complaining about? And I know some people may say, "What? How is pulling pistols in the club and showing your gun in the club? How is that going through something? Like, how do you like what are you going through that's making you do that?" I think sometimes people who are dealing with mental health issues in the sense of identity stuff, and I think a lot of times people have a hard time finding joy and stuff. So they're dealing with depression, which I can speak to that. I dealt with depression, severe depression, and I was an alcoholic at one point, and there was times where I could not find joy. And even when I would quit alcohol, the withdrawals would cause me to go into deeper depressions, and stuff like that. So, and substances, and even weed, when I was smoking, when I stopped, it would cause me to be irritable. It would cause me to go into depression. It would be hard for me to find joy in day to day stuff, or in anything, things that normally would be pleasurable, like watching movies, playing a game, sports, whatever the case may be. It would be tough to find joy in these things. And so I think it's possible that John Morant is dealing with some sort of depression, some sort of identity crisis. And I think that some people can be suicidal in a way that's not your typical suicidal. What do I mean by that? I think Charleston White is suicidal. I ain't gonna lie. God bless the dude. I pray he repents and changes. But I don't want no smoke with you, Charleston White. God bless you. I'm a small YouTuber, but hopefully he don't find this and come after me. But I feel like he kind of is suicidal in the sense that he does not value his life. He doesn't care what happens to him. And so some people are willing to go out and just kill themselves and end it. And then other people's like, look, I'm gonna go out with a bang. I'm gonna just stop caring. I'm gonna just do what I want. And I think John Morant has this mentality of, and I think the music influences these young kids, and this influences everybody if we're being honest. But listening to NBA YoungBoy, and I think NBA YoungBoy, I've only heard a couple of his songs like through younger cats that I work with that used to work for me. I had a moving business. I used to have a lot of young guys working for my moving business, and they would be listening to it, and I would pick their brains about what they're listening to, and try to figure out why. As I minister to them, that's one of the things I do. I try to connect with them and understand their way of thinking. And I think Young Boy has kind of like that depressed undertone, and to me, it's like borderline suicidal, to where you don't care about nothing. You don't care about the consequences. Like I believe that the NBA young man is, he's dissing a bunch of people in the industry from what I've seen on IG and different reels popping up. And so, it's like he don't care. Like, and to me, that's somebody who's kind of unhappy with themselves, and some people are strictly inwardly destructive, while others are willing to inflict that on others. Hence Charleston White and NBA YoungBoy. But I think with John Morant, I'm not sure. Well, clearly he's willing to inflict pain on others, because there's reports that he beat up some young kid, pulled a gun on him or something like that, or flashed a gun. There was some reports that him or somebody in his car flashed a laser at the Indiana Pacers bus. Think about this for a second. This man or whoever was in that car pointed a gun with a laser on it at a professional basketball, a team bus of professional millionaire basketball players. He did that. Somebody in his camp or him did that. And whether or not it was a gun, it could have been just a laser. The fact that you're willing to do that, the fact that you have this desire to be a thug, to be a gangster, to be if not to be one, to make people think that you're one, after being a Nike signed athlete, multi-million-dollar contract in the NBA. I think he's with Powerade as far as endorsements are concerned. To me, that shows there's something deeper going on with you. There's something that you're struggling with inwardly, and you can't find no joy or peace in your day-to-day life. So you need action and extraness, and I think alcohol is involved, and maybe some pills are involved. You in the club, you got your shirt off in the club, you got a game to play the next day. You know what I'm saying? And so to me, that just it screams that someone is struggling with their own peace. They're having a hard time sustaining peace, having peace, and they find some sort of solace, or whatever you want to call it, in listening to this music, feeling like, okay, young boy. A lot of times we feel like, man, these rappers, they make music that expresses what I've been feeling inside. Meanwhile, these rappers got millions of dollars, and these rappers they're getting paid for their mental health issues. So people are entertained by their pain. And so there's incentive to remain in pain. There's incentive to remain depressed. It's incentive to have 100 baby mamas and dealing with these women and breaking their hearts, and then you getting your heart broken, and it's just perpetual trauma and drama, and they become comfortable in that drama because the drama is what got them there. When you somebody like beefing with other rappers and shooting and bang bang and murder and all that pain, when it rewards you with fame and money and all that stuff, you tend to find comfort in that. But meanwhile, that comfort fades. It runs out in the sense that this stuff weighs on your mental. Them demons start coming. Them demons is real. They want to kill you. They want you to kill yourself, or they want to put you in a position to be killed. Because ultimately, the devil wants to kill, steal, and destroy. He wants to collect as many souls as he possibly can in hell. And so, I'm praying for you, John Morant. Y'all should pray for the guy too. Um, and I think the overlying message in this is you never know, what somebody's going through. And money is not the fixer of all issues, man. And I think there are way more mental problems, people facing mental problems in the NBA and in sports in general than what we know. When we see these big time athletes, these college prospects or high school prospects that are they're so talented, but for some reason they flame out when they get to the league. A lot of times it's the mental aspect and a lot of these people don't have their father, but John Morant does. He has his father. He has his mother in his life. He grew up with both of them, but that doesn't mean, and I don't know this, is not me casting any type of judgment or criticism on their parenting, but just because somebody has both parents doesn't mean that both parents are doing an adequate job in raising them up. They can do a good job in providing roof over their head, good schools, you know what I'm saying, being there, but there's a deeper level that I think is missing, especially amongst men, where we think all we have to do is provide, when really it's deeper than that. We have to be able to communicate. We have to be someone that our children feel comfortable talking to us, feel comfortable opening up to us. You know what I'm saying, and being transparent and vulnerable with us without us judging them or trying to brush them off because it's inconveniencing. And so we're like, man, suck it up, boy. You know what I'm saying? We can be like that, especially in the black community. And so I just think this is, I guess, the moral of the story is making sure that we're really, truly trying to understand what somebody's going through, identifying patterns and triggers and really giving them a safe space to be vulnerable, to talk about it. Like, what are you going through? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And the last thing I'm gonna say, and the other message, I think the main message is, money does not solve all problems, man. There are a bunch of rich, depressed people. Period. A lot of these people are rich and depressed, rich and can't find peace, and got chaos going on inside of their souls. You know what I'm saying? Inside of their minds. And have a hard time having joy, having a hard time trusting people. You can't go outside and be normal anymore. Can't be a normal human being. And I don't think it was ever God's will I know it wasn't God's will for man to be worshipped like this. And unfortunately, we live in a society that if you have a talent, we tend to praise that talent and worship that talent the same way one would worship the creator. And to me, that is a lot on a man's brain, on a woman's brain, on human beings. And some people just can't handle it. And a lot of people are handling it, but they're coping. They have better ways of coping with it. Some people do find God who are in these positions. Some people have a form of godliness denying the power thereof. Some people have been able to have the mental fortitude to maintain themselves, to maintain their sanity during this time, during their careers of being worshipped. But I don't think it was God's intention for that to happen. But man, listen, pray for John Morant. I just wanted to share my thoughts on this real quick. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, man. More content like this is coming. If there's any topics you want me to discuss, put it in the comments. Like, yo, talk about this. What happened with this? Even with these wild preachers doing all this weird, wild stuff, making these wild comments. If there's anything you guys would like me to comment on, feel free to let me know. God bless y'all, man. Subscribe, share, turn on the notifications. I'm out.